Alright, let's talk about some news. Some news about video games for older video game consoles, but new video games for old video game consoles. Neo-retro news. Let's go talk to the Watermelon Frog to see what he has to tell us. Oh, something's up with PayPal and Watermelon. Well, this is something worth looking into if you're interested. Well, I just recommend checking out Watermelon any chance you get. But there is some interesting information going on with Watermelon. And I tend to think of Watermelon as a fairly reliable company. They produced Pure Solar, an awesome game. And as such, I'll love them forever because that is an excellent game released for the Sega Genesis. You can also get a physical copy for the Sega Dreamcast as well as the Sega Genesis. Special add-ons for the Sega CD that can allow you to play music from the Sega CD while playing the Sega Genesis cartridge. That was pretty cool. Physical copy for the PC. And multiple versions that can be downloaded for various contemporary consoles. Yeah. Watermelon was awesome. And they're planning on releasing a new game, and when they speak about it, apparently they're having problems with PayPal, which is causing delays. Now, PayPal, I can't totally hate on PayPal, though I think PayPal is making a mistake. This story something about it almost doesn't feel real. But at the same time, I trust Watermelon. I have no reason to mistrust them. Though I'm not going to tell anybody else to trust them because, it's like I'm not watching over their shoulder. I don't know what's going on with Watermelon. But there's no indication that they're being dishonest. But it's actually quite a story in a way that their success. So much money is coming through PayPal to them because people are so interested in the new game. And I guess pre-ordering it, as well as I guess purchasing pre-existing games like Pure Solar. So much money coming through Watermelon for such an unlikely market of retro games. Yeah, who could ever be interested in retro games? It's not like that. It's not like people are interested in that or anything. But yeah, this got the attention of PayPal apparently, and PayPal began to mistrust Watermelon. Well, given Watermelon's success and history, I would think PayPal wouldn't have too much trouble figuring out what's going on and releasing the money to Watermelon. But apparently the money is just temporarily being held, so it's not a real big problem. And if all this story is true and accurate as portrayed, it's actually a sign that Watermelon is having some excellent success. And I think that's great, because I think Watermelon deserves success. So I hope this story is exactly how it appears at the face value that Watermelon is presenting it. And I'm not telling you to mistrust them, even though I'm wording it like that. I think this is great that Watermelon is doing really good. I think it's unfortunate that PayPal has paused on the money flow. But I think this will get straightened out anyway. And it's causing a delay for the new role-playing beat-em-up game. It's kind of like a side-scrolling beat-em-up game with role-playing characteristics in it. If you look up the video on what Watermelon is doing, it looks excellent. Paprium, is that how you pronounce it? I just saw the title moments ago, and I'm not even sure how I was supposed to pronounce it. But unusual name for the new game that is almost ready to be released. That's being delayed until early next year due to the money issues. But you know what? Money issues and delays. Well, money issues are a problem for everybody. Delays in retro games like this, no big deal. Pure Solar was intended to come out in 2008 for the 20th anniversary of the Sega Mega Drive. Is it 20th? Wow, yeah, 20. Yeah, because it came out in 1988 in Japan, so yeah, 10 would be 1990, yeah. or 1998, and 2008. Yeah, 20 years. Wow, 20 years. We're not that far from 30 years. Damn. Wow. Yeah. It just I'm getting caught on that thought because it seems so much older than 20 years, and yeah, it is, which means Pure Solar is going on 10. Holy crap. Well, actually, no, the intended release date of Pure Solar is going on 10. Because, while intended to release in 2008, it actually released in 2010, which is like 7 years ago now. Wow. Yeah, because this is 2017. Yeah, wow. So, there was delays, but Pure Solar was still released. You got your physical Sega Genesis cartridge, or at least I did. The game is awesome. I love it. It belongs on the shelf next to, Phantasy Star 4 and Chrono Trigger and Illusion of Gaia and Crusader City and Exile and Arcana and did a lot of great role-playing games from the time. It just feels like it belongs there with those classic role-playing games from the 16-bit era, and it's good. I like it. Right next to Lunar and Shining Force CD and lots of great games from the time period. It just reminds me of them, and it's awesome on its own. But this is enough me rambling on about Pure Solar and how awesome Pure Solar is, which was made by Watermelon. Yeah, I love that game. Look into it. Come on, check it out. And I think a lot of Watermelon's success is thanks to YouTube videos like this one. Well, actually more like other ones that focus on presenting the gameplay. That's how I discovered Pure Solar was as awesome as I hoped it was, because I saw people streaming it on YouTube. And I think the more people see of Watermelon, I think they'll realize that they make excellent games, and I sound like I'm advertising for them, and I don't care. I like what they did. And you know what? I hope they get their issues with PayPal sorted out. And I'm not telling anybody to hate on PayPal either. In a way, PayPal is kind of doing their job. PayPal is supposed to watch for things that look unusual or suspicious. And I suppose perhaps it is true that the idea of selling an old Sega Genesis game in this day and age, bringing in that much money, bringing in that much success, might look a little out of place. But yeah, I mean, PayPal should be able to get this sorted out and figure out what's going on, because, Watermelon has done awesome things in the past and released excellent cartridges for the Sega Genesis, well, Pure Solar anyway, and a new one is coming out. They're working on a game for the Super Nintendo. And yeah, at this point I'm just rambling about the subject, but I'm not suggesting hating PayPal, because in a way, like I said, PayPal's kind of doing their job, looking out for the customer, looking to see if something weird or unusual is going on that could be a problem. But I don't know, if all this is true as presented, I would tend to assume, at the very least hope, but also assume PayPal shouldn't take too long figuring out that, this is legitimate. I mean, Watermelon has a history of, producing quality retro games. And a lot of people are very aware of these retro games thanks to, places like YouTube that stream information on retro games, or stream or just plain upload. Yeah, so hopefully this gets sorted out. But it's worth looking into. Any excuse to look into Watermelon is a good idea. Just check out Watermelon and Pure Solar and everything else that Watermelon is working on. And Collector Vision's also an excellent company, and they have delays with their Sydney Hunter game, for example. And I've been talking about stuff like that for a long time. Way back in my Neo Retro News for 2015 month of May. Back then I talked about it, and many times since. And I have lots of other videos. Yeah, this is the part where I just comment on, yeah, I've made other videos. Feel free to check out some of my other videos, because this video is pretty much over. That's about all for me to ramble on about this subject. just another excuse. Go check out Watermelon and hope for their success. They are awesome. I've made other videos, and there's videos that I haven't gotten around to finishing editing, and feel free to check out more of my videos. Watch a couple seconds of gameplay, then quickly pick another video to watch, because this is almost over.